So we're going to do a podcast today. We're going to talk about movies, and we cobbled together this group of complete degenerates to talk about movies and to talk about why we love movies. What was the movie? What was the movie that broke your cherry, Alex? So we've got on this side, across from me, Paolo Marinaccio.
Hi.
Austin Scott.
Hey.
Really? That's how you're going to do?
He's got a big personality.
Alex Packard.
Hello.
Steve Miller, and myself, Scott
Hello.
Fitzgerald. And we're the crew for Bottom Feeders. We're gonna do a movie, right?
Yes, we are.
Isn't that the idea?
We're
the entire crew for that
This is
that
it.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
the
all
five of us.
And you play all the parts.
Exactly.
You look good in a bra, by the way.
Yeah,
Alex.
I
Very,
just
very
use
good.
Paulo as my stand-in so that I can be Paulo and then get the fuck out of the way.
It's
So
a really, really confusing movie. It's kind of hard to follow the plot.
it's really hard, so you guys probably won't even get it. Yeah, no.
We should do it in French. So we're going to talk about who should we start with? Should we go alphabetically? Wait, Alex is first before Austin. I thought you were going to be first.
Oh, that's I know you wanted me to be first, but
All right, so a little bit of background. I'm a filmmaker. Steve's a filmmaker, we're writer, directors, et cetera, et cetera. These guys are also writers and mostly actors. Would you categorize yourselves more as actors than anything else at this point?
I haven't written anything
I would.
since I graduated high school. So
All right, so you're still a writer then.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Because that's-
absolutely.
I think that's how it goes. You write
even
one
write his
thing-
name.
inspiration hasn't come yet.
You write one thing in your adult life, and you can classify yourself as a
Yeah,
writer.
technically, yes, I am a qualified writer. Yes, I have a piece of paper saying I wrote things once. So
So here we are to chat about what was it? Which movie brought us to that lowly place to want to make movies, to want to devote our lives to such a horribly entertaining and frustrating field.
So I'm going for okay. So all right. So I have kind of a bundle of three. So the first one I thought about was Star Wars. Don't punch me in the face, anyone. 1 through 6.
I hate you.
Only because.
Oh my goodness.
Only because. Let's see. Episode 3. So the last one of that clump came out when I was in the 3rd grade.
We're old, Scott.
I was just gonna say,
So that movie came out when I was in the 3rd grade. So even as I was watching it as a kid, I knew that they weren't good movies. Like the acting wasn't good. This was before I really like watched movies and like thought about them afterwards. But like you know that that's not a good movie. But I didn't care because when you're in elementary school, you watch a movie for the fucking toys. You want to play with the toys.
Yep.
So and that's all the prequels were just buy these toys, buy these toys. So I bought all of them, and like I mean I'm talking like I had toys from characters that were on screen for maybe half a second, and I could like tell you the name, the race, where they came from, where their mother vacations, like everything.
Oh yeah, dude.
So-
Those Shmi Skywalker toys are the best.
Oh yeah,
where does she vacation, by the way?
death. She's dead.
Oh my goodness. Spoilers.
Elysium.
Spoilers for a movie that came out in 2002. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so I used to I would be in my house after school and I would just make my own movies with these little action figures, and it was like, it wasn't just like I'm gonna throw them at each other and like make noises or whatever. I like would get weird about it and have like character moments with these.
You got to be careful what you say at this table. Austin takes everything very literally and to a terrible degree.
What? That doesn't sound like me.
No,
I would have like these little character moments with these characters, and I would like make it a movie, and I would basically make what I wanted to see happen in the movie but didn't get. I would make that happen with my characters, and so that was the first time, and like more so with my other action figures as well. But really, Star Wars was like that's every kid's like first set of toys is like Star Wars and Hot Wheels and all that. So making those stories with them is really what got me into wanting to tell my own type of stories in the way that I wanted to.
You're really lucky you didn't grow up in the time of He-Man.
Yeah. Well,
No, we
fun
would be
fact
lucky.
though. Fun fact. After Empire Strikes Back, my friend Chris and I wrote a script for the 3rd film, and we were going to make it, but it was all about Han Solo.
Oh, okay.
We
Was
hate-
it anywhere
'cause you're
close to-
awesome?
yeah.
Because we hated Luke.
Was it anywhere close to what Jedi was?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Was it
More close to the holiday special, I'm guessing. Then
Actually, no. It was more. It was all about Han Solo after he got rescued from Boba Fett.
okay.
And-
So you knew he was going to get rescued.
Oh,
though.
of course.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Just I heard
Obviously.
this isn't verified, but I heard that the whole GIMP scene from Pulp Fiction,
Yes.
they got from that script,
Wow.
but it was
True.
Boba
Okay.
Fett.
It's true.
It was Boba Fett.
no, and I can see
Boba
that.
Fett with a ball.
That's a
Ball
huge,
gag.
It's a huge artistic jump, and you
Yeah.
know that's very
Coming
very
up
awesome
later,
that you
Boba
did that.
Fett with a ball gag. Oh,
So
yeah.
anyways,
we're trying to hit bottom fast.
Nice little
that's my favorite
segue
toy.
off of that. No, so I had a class that I took in. It was an English class that I took in senior year of high school, and I had the coolest teacher in the world. Is this guy named Mr. Zeidvogel, and he was like borderline not a teacher, like just a dude that it almost was like he smoked a joint, showed up, and just talked to you about how life is gonna work when you're older, which was great. It was the best teaching I ever had. But he was like fourth quarter, we're just gonna watch movies, and I was like, oh my god, holy shit, like that's an A right there, because this is what I do anyways. And we watched a movie called Good Will Hunting, and I didn't expect much out of the movie. I knew that it had Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and I thought it was a comedy. And then as the movie went on, I was like, this is totally not a comedy at all. Like, there are funny moments in it, but that was the movie for me. That was the first time I had ever watched a movie, and it gave me the same like connective feelings that music had always given me. So it was always, music for me was always the thing that whenever I was feeling angsty or like I had a really hard time my senior year, just a lot of personal shit was going on. So music for me was always the thing that I went to when I was feeling like depressed or whatever, and it would make me feel it would make me basically feel like somebody got what I was going through, and I would feel better because of that. Then I watched Good Will Hunting, and it was about this kid who no one understands him because he won't let people in, and he has these walls that he puts up, and there's people constantly trying to break those walls, and then there's an adult that's telling him, don't go follow what you want to do because you're good at this one thing, so do it the way I did it or you're not going to be successful. And it was just so many themes in that movie that made me like connect to it in a way that I had never connected to a movie before. And I realized that I saw that shortly after the first time I had ever really acted for school, and I was like, holy shit, like I want to be in a movie where I can be that guy giving any amount of emotions at all throughout the course of the movie, and I can make somebody feel the same things that I felt while watching this movie. And that was the first time that I had thought about being in movies and I guess making the world better, even one person at a time through it. And that's really the thing that made me want to be an actor for the rest of my life.
And then you got cast in Bottom Feeders.
And then I got cast in Bottom Feeders.
And you're not going to make anybody feel good.
Yeah, no, I was asked to pull my pants down the very first day I was there. And
We didn't have to ask you. We actually had to ask you to pull them up.
I guess my answer's all over now. So
Whether it is or it isn't, it is. Go ahead, Austin.
Oh, geez. All right. So, looking at the movies.
Didn't know it was coming to him.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Alphabetical.
so unexpected.
Who, me?
Right now? Oh my gosh. So looking at the movies that influenced me, I guess. I also have a few movies. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yeah. Making fun of my my
Not of a
technique here.
choice, but like you had to explain that you had a couple movies.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a big one, because that was the first time I had ever looked at a movie and gone like, how did they do that? How did they make this thing happen? What's actually in his shirt? You know, because there's a point where Eddie Valiant has Roger Rabbit in his shirt and he pops out.
Yeah.
But like, there's not actually a cartoon rabbit in there. What's in his shirt? I don't know. And I actually had to look in the DVD special features and like, they had like a thing. What's throwing the
They
records?
had an entire 20-minute special on what's an Eddie Valiant shirt.
That's how you find it in the DVD menu. Yeah. Who's throwing the records at the wall? How are they doing all that? And so that was one of the first ones that I ever like looked into, and then suddenly I realized like DVDs had special features that you could just watch how like movies got made, and like you could do that with like all the movies. So I went down that rabbit hole for a while. No pun intended.
You planned that, didn't you?
I want to act like I did. And then I guess other than that, Princess Bride is also a big one because that movie's perfect.
It is
in every way, and that was one of the first times I ever just like appreciated a script, like just a perfectly worded script. You know, there are jokes in there. You know, they're so well told, and they're so the timing. That's the first time I like ever had an appreciation for just comic timing. You know, the space between jokes, and that movie's just so well done in every way with every person. Carrie Elways, Billy Crystal, just all of them working together. And then I guess the other movie that really got me started was Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, which is clearly on the same level as Who Framed Roger Rabbit and
clearly
Princess Bride.
We went from Good Will Hunting to Austin Powers, and
yes, as it should, because that
natural progression.
right, of course. Those might have been the same year. When did Good Will Hunting come out?
97.
Oh, okay. So that's the year of the first Austin Powers. But the Spy Who Shagged Me was the second one, and that was 99. So I was 7 when I saw it.
God, I hate all of you.
the problem is I would have had to like count back real quick. You had to answer right away. I'm like 97. How old was I?
But
It's easier when you count in decades.
that was the first one where like Mike Myers played like 3 different roles in that, and to me that was range. I was like, what? He's all 3 of those people? He's Fat Bastard and Austin Powers? What? Blew my mind. And I just started doing like Austin Powers impressions. And I got like really good. I could do the Dr. Evil. I could do Fat Bastard. I could do, Austin Powers. And it just really got me into like,
How well can you do these?
anymore? Terrible. Like this was back in 99.
I got
But
like,
when he
really
was 6,
excited.
man, he
Yeah.
was spot on.
Killing
Spot
Fat
on.
Bastard.
Puberty absolutely ruined his impressions.
Getting my belly. Yeah, I used to just do those all the time. Though there was a little while where I got real sick of Austin Powers impressions because my name is Austin, you see, and so anytime someone
I never put that together.
so anytime
I
someone,
actually didn't.
I
Totally didn't.
I believe that.
anytime someone heard my name, they go, "Oh yeah, baby," and I'll be like, "Yeah, oh like Austin Powers, whoa, original."
Try having the name Steve Miller.
Are you kidding?
Like
My
the
name's
band?
Paulo. People ask me like, "Oh, you know Lizzie McGuire?"
Oh, yeah.
That's a generational
Wow,
joke that's lost on me. Too.
That's good. Yeah, you're
I didn't
lucky,
get
dude,
that
because
one
that
either.
movie sucked.
Oh yeah, let's. Whatever happened to Hillary Duff? Can we get her for bottom feeder? She's
I
probably
saw
not
a
doing
picture of
anything.
her running down a beach the other day, and Hillary Duff is still hot. So that's.
So then, no, we
If you
can't
guys are
give
going to
it.
take anything away from this podcast, if you're even still listening to it, Hillary Duff is still hot.
There you go.
Anyways, continue, Austin.
Or you
Yeah.
can just pass it to Paulo.
Paulo segues flawless.
Wait, really? You finished?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't really know what to say. I don't know.
done?
I started doing impressions, and then I kept doing impressions.
Oh, it just got cut off a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's fine. No,
Okay.
it's your turn now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a couple. When I was like way younger, it was, I think like Van Wilder, like a lot of stuff that Ryan Reynolds did, like Just Friends, Van Wilder, that kind of stuff. I don't know. His comedic timing was
Waiting.
always like, yeah, Waiting was another really big one for me too. They all
The
like
Batwing. I love that movie.
Yes.
that movie's great.
Sorry.
I was like, what's going on over here?
Scrotum joke for the people at home.
I got scared for a second, dude. I heard it and I was like, I need to look away while I stared right over.
Yeah, right.
But his comedic timing was always like perfect for any role, any movie he does. His comedic timing was always good, and I really like wanted to learn how to do that. Like that was something that was really important. Like I also listened to like a lot of like Dane Cook stuff growing up. His comedic timing was really good, or at least to some people. But
Oh yeah, before the 2010s, he was all right.
yeah, dude, when it was still cool to wear like a chain. And,
Exactly.